Reality TV, I feel like there's two different types of people to get into it. Some apply for years and just try to get on TV, and other stories you'll hear is it just kind of falls in your lap. For me, my brother's wife was watching a season of The Bachelor. She thought I'd be great for it. A couple emails went back and forth, and all of a sudden I'm on the phone with production, seeing if I'm available to film in 2 weeks. Before the show, you have a pretty intense screening mentally and physically. So you got to go to the doctor. They run all the tests from STD tests to sickness tests, anything that could basically stop you from joining the show. And then psychologically, you have to meet with the psychiatrist. They kind of put you through the ringer to make sure that you're a little crazy, but not super crazy. They put you in a reality show bubble. Is basically you're just separated from anyone else and anything else in your normal life, and you're put into a world with all of the cast members, and that's it. So I call it the greatest social experiment ever made, because although you're disconnected from the real world, you're also, you have no choice but to show your true self, because that's all you're really going off is conversations, how you react to different scenarios, and then you add in some high stress, some high heat, or lack of sleep, and some drama, and your true colors come out. That's why I say you can't hide who you really are when you're on a reality show. When you're filming in the moment, you think your world is a lot bigger than it actually is. So if you have a little fight or a little argument or even a little romantic time with somebody, it might not even make the show. So in your moment, you're thinking, that's a big one for me, this is gonna happen. And even some of the people we talked to who did a season after us, they think they're gonna make this big splash, and then you see the show and you realize that was just a quick little blurb of one day, and it didn't fit the storyline, so it never made the cut. So it's a really unknown. You do all of this 24/7 filming, and it comes down to whatever makes the best story is what they're gonna use. I really realized after Winter Games, and especially after Paradise, that there are millions of people who are like invested in your life after the show. And the fact that I'm in a successful relationship from the show, it's just nonstop. Congratulations, I love you too, or companies want to work with us as a brand, and I think ABC and the size of the platform they give you really just puts into perspective of how many people watch these shows. I'm not going to say editing can throw you under the bus, but they definitely can use certain lines more than others, and I came out pretty unscathed. I think I'm a pretty decent person. I think the number one thing I tell people who sign up or want to be on a reality show is be confident with who you are, just as a person before you go, because you can never hide it. So if you're a bad person, or if you're a racist or a sexist or all these things that have come up on all these different shows, you won't be able to hide it the whole time. I know the first few emails or comments I got from the Bachelorette Canada audience saying that I was jealous, or I look like all these red flags, that I'm going to be some possessive husband one day, really got to me, because I take pride in how I treat women, and I was very upset that that's how I was received at all. So I feel like some handle it better than others, but if you can get your head around that everyone's got an opinion, but these are just strangers that are just giving their 2 cents, and not let it affect you too bad, you'll be okay. I know if you are a very vilified villain on the US show, you're in for a hell of a year. You're in for a year of just backlash. How many people have you seen turn their comments off Instagram for 6 months because every time you post, they're calling you a snake, or they're calling you this and that? And that's a hard place to be. During the filming of all 3 shows, there's a psychiatrist full-time, basically on call anytime you need them. The one thing I will say is, after the show is over, when I think the biggest mental impact comes, you kind of are on your own to seek out after that. So I'm sure the show will maybe hook you up if you called them and said, I really need some help. But once you're done with the show, they're also done with you. Probably out of all reality TV, I might be one of the top life-changing moments out of all contestants, because not only did I meet my future wife on it, I feel like I've grown up. I would never think to be someone who had gone to therapy or had addressed my own mental health, but the show pushed me over that line to make me, now I feel like I'm healthier because of it. And yeah, I feel like it's crazy to think that one day Astrid and I will show our kids, like, here's us meeting for the first time in high definition. If you want to watch us on a beach, yeah, pretty cool.